I've been talking recently quite a bit about transgenderism in the United States, so might as well come up to my neck of the woods and figure out what they're doing. It can't be nearly as bad as what's going down in the States, right? Right? Canadian trans activists are starving people. Great, fantastic. The people on the lowest rungs of society too? Oh my god, they're just as despicable. Who could have thought? Trans activists stop donations to food banks after trans board member defends parents' right to free speech. We don't like what you said, so y'all can starve. What? Okay. Yeah. We'll get into the story because this is just absolutely ridiculous, man. Like, does this look like a sane individual? Does it really? Come on, man. Like, come on. So Canadian trans activists are calling for a boycott of an Ontario food bank. How do you not know that you're the baddie at that point in time where it's like, guys, somebody's being transphobic. Okay, who's being transphobic? Who are we going to be protesting against? Guys, it's the food bank. No, that's wrong. People need to eat. Shut up, bigot. Okay, fine. We're just gonna knock cans out of people's hands. Oh my god. But yes, calling for a boycott of an Ontario food bank after one of its board members spoke out in support of an Ottawa father who raised concerns about males and female spaces at his daughter's school. Okay, Open Sesame, an online progressive bookstore, announced that it would be pausing donations to food bank of Waterloo as long as trans-identified male director Julia Mallett sits on the board. All right. This is one of those situations where you take a look and you just, it's like it's trans infighting. Let him go. Let him go. So, Mallett's supposed crime is speaking out in support of Ottawa Father Nick Morabito, who was shut down at an Ottawa Carleton school board, district school board. That's in the Greater Toronto area. For those outside of the country, it's still just a Canadian cesspit and where all the worst ideas gestate. So I'm not surprised by this at all. Meeting earlier this month when he raised genuine concern. March, he's talking about, obviously. Okay. Earlier this month, raised genuine concerns about male students being allowed to access female washrooms. Yeah, we have examples of things going incredibly wrong, but it's rare. So are dudes in women's washrooms. So if we can just go ahead and guard against any potential safety concerns, we should probably do that. For kids, after all, we're looking after kids, but the other side of that is very aggressive about taking your kids, so you can understand the opposition, I suppose. Morabito was cut off in the first minute of his speech and eventually asked to leave the building. At a school board meeting, a father with children in the school district is not allowed to speak because, I'm going to guess, a bunch of liberal white women are down there just ranting and raving, saying, "You're being a bigot." No, I'm just trying to be a good father. Mallett, while not commenting on the content of Morabito's speech, expressed support for his right to finish his delegation. This, according to Sesame Books and other trans activists, amounts to transphobia. Of course it does. Of course it does. It's like pointing out a crime and then somebody saying, "You're a racist." Why? Because that was a black victim. No, I just see crime that's out there. But you got to add that additional context because your understanding of ideas is right down here at the base level. Everybody else is trying to move on from that, but no, you're just bogged down in the weeds. I'm pausing donation to a food bank, to the food bank. Okay, as long as Mallett is on the board. Oh, okay, so that's how he works in on this one. That's interesting. So you got so upset by this. You got so upset by his potential speech that was going to be down there that you've seen some of his extracurricular activities, because I don't think that you get like a full paycheck from being on a board for a food bank, but could be mistaken. But I guess you couldn't get him fired. Maybe he's self-employed and the next best thing was to starve out a food bank. Okay. They're helping this former WRDSB trustee candidate launder her reputation and for another political run as she harms students in WR and beyond. Oh my god, these alphabet people, they all speak in alphabets. You have 280 characters, for God's sakes. You didn't even come up close to that limit. Activist Fit Some R Guy? No, you're not. And that's a made-up name, okay? Fit Some R Guy, who claims to have diverse and rich history of work in the social service sector. I'm going to call a troll on this one, okay? Then called on others to follow suit and deprive the region's most destitute of food, a way to silence them a lot. This sounds like a troll, okay? I strongly urge everyone in the Waterloo region to follow suit and pause their donations and support to the food bank until Julia Malott is removed from the board. Local trans and queer students are not safe as long as organizations continue to legitimize the work of Malott. Our guy tweeted. Can anybody... Am I alone on this one? Activist Sam Hirsch of Horizon Ottawa tweeted to say Malott doesn't care about people with diverse opinions and prefers to allow people with openly transphobic views to have a voice. Are you listening to yourself? Did you run that statement back and just do a cursory amount of proofreading? Doesn't care about diverse opinions. You're just simply transphobic. Did you listen? Did you see? Okay. I personally, not that I agree with everything the trustees do. I think that this was the right call, Hirsch told City News. I don't think we should tolerate that sort of thing. I think it's important to say the rights of trans people to live in dignity is not up for debate. They used to want to just leave trans people alone, and then they left them alone. Okay, you're leaving us alone. Now you're not affirming our existence, and you're not treating us with dignity. Dignity is afforded to people who earn said dignity. You can be given civility. Everybody is afforded a base level of civility by public at large, but dignity, acceptance, no. All of that stuff is earned, but these people think that they're special and unique by performing butcher shop tactics on themselves. But don't worry, it goes all the way up to the top with Trudeau government sponsors junior drag camp targeting 7 to 11-year-olds. Of course it does, man. They have a special face painting booth so that Justin will show up specifically. $281,000. Yo. Carousel Theatre for young people in Vancouver. Oh, cool. Yeah, so instead of spending that $281,000 in order to combat knife crimes, we're just going to give it to a bunch of drag queens. Fantastic. Causing controversy by hosting a junior drag camp for children aged 7 to 11 and a teen drag camp for those aged 12 to 17. So kids from 7 to 17 can be indoctrinated by the worst aspects of modern society. Fantastic stuff. Canada, you're just doing it right, aren't you? The camps, which are taxpayer funded by provincial, federal, and local governments, aim to groom children into becoming drag performers. Yes, of course, productive members of society. Not teaching them to be tradesmen, not teaching them to pursue a STEM degree at any of the multitude of universities that are out there. No, put on a wig, a copious amount of makeup, and whatever dress you can steal, and just go thrust your dink into some kid's face. Fantastic use of your time. The event's website claims that drag is for everyone. Nope. I'd like to rearrange a couple of the words in that statement and make it into a more active descriptor, but oh well. And encourages parents to consider how they dress at home versus work. No. All children will be given a drag makeup starter kit. Fantastic stuff. I'm sure that there's a bunch of single mothers that will be more than willing to take their kids that are down there. Fantastic. Do you enjoy expressing yourself through clothing, makeup, and performance? Die inside when I read this stuff. Do you have an alter ego that is just waiting to hit the stage? Hi, are you a material narcissist with bipolar tendencies? Then you can come out and be a drag queen just like the rest of the bipolar narcissists. Come on down and come dance with Vanilla Swirl. Our next 2 weeks senior drag camp. Sorry, what? Oh, so now you're bringing dudes into this situation. Fantastic. They're like actual, like grown men. Well, of course, it's an entire grooming project. They had to show up at some point in time. Might be a just your cup of tea, honey. Oh, led by some of Vancouver's established and emerging drag artists, and they'll be coked out of their mind because it's totally decriminalized there. See what happens with degenerate societies? All you need to do is just go ahead and incentivize vice, and then there's just no stopping the slippery slope until you hit rock bottom. Join some of Vancouver's most amazing drag artists and learn how drag can brighten up your life. No. Nope. 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 You might be wondering, is drag for kids? Drag is for everyone. You didn't address your initial question. Yo, this dude lost to a straw man of his own mind. Is drag for everybody? Or I'm sorry, is drag for kids? No, it's for everybody. Sorry, what? Parents, ask yourself, what's the difference between what you wear at home versus what you wear to work? You're doing drag, honey. You just don't know it. Oh my God. That is such an erroneous statement. This is sending the mental point of origin for people's clothing as one of the most important aspects of their life, that you need to do it for yourself. You dress up for yourself, which is absolutely asinine to begin with. The only reason that people dress either provocatively or professionally is for the approval of somebody else. Because, yo, just check this, okay, for any chick, because this is always a female argument. You never hear a dude going around saying, I bought that shirt because I want to wear it because I feel good in it. Just stop it. That's absolutely ridiculous. I have some shirts that I like specifically, but you know why I like them? Because they're flashy and they get attention from other people. I'm not naive enough to think that, no, man, I'm just wearing it because I look good in it and I'm just going to wear it when I'm just walking around at home. That's ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. And this is a normalization of an obtuse word to begin with. It's drag because you have professional attire and then you have casual attire at home. No. Drag is the hypersexualized the hypersexualization of cross-dressing. Call it exactly what it is. But this is what the Canadian government is spending their money on. Fantastic. Oh, the Chinese can't take over this shithole quickly enough. So with all that said, thank you all very much for the gift of your time. I've been Don Consuelo. I want you to follow your gut and get after it. Take care, everyone.